Hi, sixth grade. All right, so you just watched a little video on the history of weaving, and it talked a little bit about looms. There was wooden looms and table looms and looms made of cardboard. Your loom is going to be a CD. And what you need to do today is you need to wrap the warp, which generally runs in that vertical up and down position, but this time the warp will be going around your CD. So all you need to do is wrap your warp around your loom, your CD. So I want to show you how to do that. It's very simple. Don't overthink it. Everyone has some tape, a CD, and a piece of yarn. You are going to take the yarn and put it through the center hole so it comes up out on the side of the CD with the words Memorex or Sony or Maxwell, whatever one you have. And you want it to be about 4 inches long because you need to tie a knot with this string at the end after we're done stringing the loom, the CD. So I have mine about 3 or 4 inches long. I'm going to take a small piece of tape and I'm going to tape it so it's secure to the CD. Now, to wrap the loom, there are 2 things that are really important. The first part is you need to make sure that you have 13 warps, an uneven number. If you have extra yarn, you can make 15, but you cannot make 12 or 14. It must be an uneven number, an odd number. The other thing that's really important to know is that as you wrap your yarn around the CD, you want to keep this part of the yarn right here kind of in the same order so it doesn't crisscross, because then it gets a little bit tricky and a little bit messy. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this. I'm going to do it 13 times. You're going to pull it kind of tight because you don't want loose yarn around the CD. And I'm using my finger on the bottom of the CD to kind of hold the yarn in place as I wrap it. So I'm going to do 13, and I'm going to suggest 13 for instruction so you aren't confused. Now, I'm spacing mine right now around the CD. If you don't space it well, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to make a few that aren't spaced well so I can just show you how you just move the yarn around when we're done. But you can see in the center hole where my finger's popping out, my yarn is kind of in the same order in this inner circle as it is on the outer circle, okay? And this is just going to keep the warp and the loom neat and a little easier to use, okay? So let me do one more, and then I can count to see how many I have, all right? And I'm going to count this string here that I haven't tucked back under yet. I'm still going to count this as 1, and I'm going to put my thumb on it, and I'm going to start here on my thumb because you can get confused on where you start or where you end when you start counting. So my thumb will be number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So now I have 13. So I'm going to flip my CD over, and where I started should be about where you're finishing. So you're just going to pop the tape off of that. It ripped, that's fine. And you are going to tie a knot. Don't overthink the knot. All it is like you're tying your shoe. That first crisscross that you make when you tie your shoe, well, there you're going to do it twice. Okay? So it's going to make a nice tight knot. Pull it, and then you can go ahead and trim the yarn, but don't trim it short down to the knot because then it could unravel. So you want a little bit of yarn hanging out. The last step that you're going to do is you're going to take the rest of your tape, and you are going to, I'm going to take mine, split it long lengthwise, and all I'm doing, oh wait, hold on. I need to make sure my yarn is equally spread on the CD. So you're going to kind of like make it so you have nice even pie pieces. And you can see you can just move them around. But you have to do this before you start that taping, because once you tape it, well, you could untape it, but once you tape it, it's kind of secure in where you have the yarn placed on the CD. So that's pretty good. And now I'm going to take the tape, and I'm going to just secure the yarn on the back side. And this is just going to help the yarn stay put as we weave. And it's the back, so you don't have to worry too much about it looking ugly. Don't want it to come over the edge. So there you have it. And the last step is you need to make sure that you put your name right on the tape. This is a perfect place for it. And your room number. I'll just put Art. And you now have your loom ready to start weaving. So if you can get this far in class today, perfect. And then we can start the weaving when I return next week. All right, good luck. Have fun.